Hello, I want to go over a trade that I took this week. Today it's Saturday, but I took this trade a few days ago. I had a win on NZDJPY with my swing trading strategy. So I just want to show you where I took the setup. And also I actually closed it a little bit earlier than the profit target, and I also want to show you the reason for why I did that. So let's go to the chart and I will show you. Okay, so you can see we are on the daily chart here, and on the 21st of July I took this trade. I opened this trade. The reason I opened this trade was, if you go into the past, you can see, or to be honest, it matters most with this more recent price action, but you can see this high here. And also if you go into the past, you can see this high here and this high here. So for this reason, I think that this was a resistance zone. So I thought if price comes into this area around this blue dot, then it's worth going for a 1-to-1 risk reward selling trade. So before price got into there, I clicked this one, horizontal line. I placed it right on top of this. Of course, it wasn't there already. But I placed it here because I right click, add alert. Okay, so I added an alert on the red line so that I got notified on my phone that when price came up here, it's a trading opportunity, and I was looking for this opportunity to sell. Of course, I would go to the chart first and see if it's something I want to get into, but I did. So I went for a 1-to-1 risk reward. On this trade here, I was risking 10% of my live account, which was about $850. That was my risk on this trade. If it had started to break above this high, maybe just even a little bit, depending on the price action on the 1 hour, I would have closed it. I would have closed it early. I wouldn't let it go all the way to the stop. But anyway, it started to move into profit. Here, like you can see, if you go to the 1 hour chart, mainly I look at the daily chart and the 1 hour chart, and also sometimes weekly, but mainly I look for the setups on the daily chart, and after I take the trade, I'm looking at the 1 hour chart. So you can see price came up here, and then it started to drop here, had a pullback, started to drop, had a pullback, started to drop. So this is why I actually closed the trade. It was because it started to create quite some big wicks here. Price came up, it started to create this big wick here as well. So it came down once, it came down twice, and then here it started to bounce away for the third time. I don't go to the 15-minute chart often, but because I saw these big wicks, I actually went to the 15-minute chart as well, just to see what was going on here. Because it's a little bit more visible on the 15-minute chart. Just a moment. So yeah, sorry, 15 seconds, that's not right. This is the 15 minutes. So we are on the 15-minute chart. I don't look at it often, like I said. But yeah, you can see here again, price comes down here. It starts to bounce, have quite a big of a bounce here. But then it happens again. It has a bounce here, and then it happens again. It has a bounce here. So to me, it was like an indication that price doesn't necessarily want to go lower. I exited this trade around Thursday. I think it was on Thursday, around here, because price didn't go easily down to my profit target. Another thing I also want to say is that if you look here, this one here, you can see it actually came up here, and that's where the bounce started to happen to the upside. On the daily chart, this is a gap. This gap here on the daily chart was filled. So yeah, that's basically the reason why I closed the trade a little bit earlier than maybe I would have needed to. Hopefully some of this made any sense to you, but the key takeaway here is that, like I show in all of the other videos, is that I look for the setups on the daily chart, and I look for a support or a resistance zone, and then I go for a one-to-one risk reward. I also call this trade in my free Telegram channel, where I place the stop loss. I was updating on everything I did in this trade. I was saying how much I was risking, 10%. You can join this channel if you want to follow my trades. I trade a live account, and I think it's worth to say that if you are going to trade a live account, you actually need to have some decent amount of capital. I started with $5,000, and then I've been adding manually to my account maybe $1,000, $1,500, something like this every month since I started. And also on top of that, of course, I get the profits, the trading profits. So of course, you want to make sure that you are a profitable trader, or that you're following someone that are profitable when you do this, when you start to risk more of your own live capital. But yeah, this is what I did. It still was a $725 profit. So I think it was a trade worth taking. It started to come to the end of the week as well, so that's also one reason why I closed this trade. I can show you here is in my Telegram channel. The win I had was $725 of profit. You can see balance here. This was in the past. I was adding $1,000. This was in the past. I added $500. Other than that, this is trading profits I had. $900. That, I think this was last week, and 200, 400, 382, and now 725. I also have losses, so of course this is not just wins that I'm having as a trader. It's not realistic. We also have losses. It's just that what you can see here is wins or capital that I have added manually to my account. So anyway, you can join this channel if you want to, or you can just watch this YouTube's videos here and start to learn. It takes some time for it to set up. Swing trading is very different from scalping. I think it's more peaceful. I think it's more profitable, definitely for me as well, at least. But yeah, I hope you learned something from this video. Peace out. I'll see you next time.